Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpents, and if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Whoa, check this out. XRP to the moon is imminent despite the odds. And this is what we like to see. This is what we like to see on a Monday. We're going to be covering off quite a bit of things here, right? But XRP has been moving in a narrow range for quite some time. The coin is still far off from its all-time high, and the light at the end of the tunnel seems distant for many in the space. But the coin is now trading at above the 110, which we knew was very, very important. But particular analysts out there are saying that this coin has many reasons why it will perform extremely well throughout this bull run. Now, when I say expert analyst, I'm not talking about Crypto Serpent, I'm not talking about the random guy on TikToks or the random girl on, YouTube or whatever. We're talking about professional analysts that do this for a living, day in, day out. Now, as the asset is expected to grow and the user base is set to climb to new highs, in a recent update, the XRP daily addresses have recorded huge spikes in the past couple of weeks. The uptrend signifies the entry of new participants within the space. So, as always, it's the case of the chicken and the egg. More people come on board, less supply. Less supply, price goes up. Pretty straightforward, right? So whenever I hear people talk about, oh, can XRP go to $1,000 tomorrow? Can this happen? Can this happen? Guys, you can understand that you need more people, more money to go into something in order for it to grow in value. So forget about triple digits. Forget about, 589. Forget about all that, right? Just chuck it in the bin. Let's focus on what is real, what can happen, and based on numbers, not based on fantasy, right? These fantasy numbers, 589, $1,000, fantasy numbers, right? It's not going to happen. Not happening in this bull run. Hate to break it to you. Unfollow if you don't like this opinion. But you're not getting 589 this year. Like, I'll tell you that right now. The amount of questions I get about 589. There is a difference between a YouTube account that provides you information based on what I'm looking at on a daily basis, and a YouTube account that is there to just simply clickbait you to look at them and to sell you a fluffy dream so they can get 20,000 views or 30,000 views, right? I'm telling you what I see. My perspective, it's not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm telling you about what I'm seeing, and I think that we can get to 14 by December, right? We can get to 14, 16, that is realistic. If we get more, of course I'll be happy, I'll be the first one to jump up and down and celebrate with you. But 589, $1,000, get it out, right? It's a wrong mindset to have, you're going to be bitterly disappointed. Now, XRP price is set to the moon with Ripple's strong positioning against SEC. Yes, last week was a big week. Yes, it is much stronger than ever, the position of Ripple versus the SEC. Yes, there are talks of negotiations happening behind closed doors. Yes, there's a chance that the whole thing could be thrown out by the judge once she gets her hand on those emails that we covered off a couple of days ago. All of these things are possible. It's also possible for this to drag on a little bit longer. That's why a couple of days ago, before we broke the 110, I spoke to you guys, would you hold until March if you needed to? I don't think you're going to need to at all. But would you? If you needed to, would you hold, right? If you haven't watched that video, please go back and watch it, right? It's what XRP holders should know, right? And it's very important. But the price is set. We are ready. These cup and handles are everywhere, right? There's a short-term cup and handle, and there's a big-term cup and handle that's been building since 2018, right? It's a rubber band. When you stretch it out, and then boom, it's gonna fly out, and it's going to be super exciting when it does. All over the world, the segment, the news, it's all uptrending, right? XRP shoots up 9% as Ripple lawyers turn up the heat on the SEC, and they have turned up the heat, right? Last week was massive for the case, massive for the win. It's going to be really cool. Now, XRP hits $1.22, rising over 13%. This was a couple of days ago, right, when it broke out and it went all the way to 122. Currently, it's retracing. We're sitting at $1.17 at the time of making this, and we're set to go, right? We're going to be going. We'll talk about the price, where we're going, and where we're heading to today. Now, Ripple looks bound for profit taking before higher highs. So, obviously, there were some people that obviously sold when the price went. Because you got to understand, some people bought it at 51 cents. So, remember when it went down to 51 cents? That's when, at 54 cents, correction. When it went to 54 cents, a lot of people bought. And hey, at 120, boom, they sold. It's normal to sell. People will always sell. And so this retrace that we're currently having after 122, perfectly normal. But all over the media, everywhere you go, the segment is turning bullish for XRP. Now, I do have something concerning that I do want to talk to you guys about. It doesn't necessarily involve Ripple. If anything, it may even be a good thing for Ripple, right? But something that has been bothering me that I keep an eye on every single month is Tether. Now, Tether's 68 billion backing is being doubted as a new report set out to uncover the truth behind USDT. I don't know about this, right? I mean, ever since I got in, it's been a year now that I've been looking into this and looking into this. Tether is kind of like one of those things where everybody knows that something dodgy is going on, but like everyone just keeps like a one eye closed and just keeps the whole market moving. Tether goes down, Bitcoin will plummet, and along with it, so there will be a lot of other things that will go down with it. So we do have to keep a very, 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 very close eye on what is going on, because that is concerning. Maybe nothing will go on, right? I mean, it's been a year since I've been researching this and nothing has happened since. But this could be big, right? If Tether goes down, there will be some repercussions. So I will keep you guys updated, anything that I find, because like I said, it doesn't impact you as an XRP holder, because if anything, it might even better XRP. But you do hold other coins as well within your wallet, and they will be impacted. So I will be keeping you guys updated. And if I smell something, I'm going to tell you, right? And if I make a move, I'll tell you as well. Again, it's not financial advice, but I will tell you. If I make a move, if I'm worried and I'll do something, I will tell you. Now, we are excited because of this particular formation, right? This particular formation is really, really, really cool. And it is a bullish uptrend that is coming up. Now, Ripple price analyst XRP USDT targets $1.50 today. So yeah, I do agree. I think that the next move that we're going to be making is towards $1.50. And that there is really, 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 really exciting. Now, in other news, remember we spoke a couple of days ago about the XRP ledger going offline and having to use with QR codes. Well, check out this little cool example of what the demo looks like.
It's going to make a payment. It's going to scan the QR code on his little vending machine there. So he's just setting it up with the random nonce. And there's the QR code to scan to make the payment. There he is, scanning in some. And now he's going to make the payment on the XRP ledger. Now this vending machine is offline. It doesn't have internet connectivity. Yeah, okay, so the payment's gone through successfully. Now he's going to load up the XPOP for that payment. So you can load an XPOP for any payment or any transaction type on the XRP ledger. Okay, now he's displaying it to the vending machine. And it should read the frames, probably decode some parity frames. And I assume it's ending.
Okay, that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool, right? Now, I mean, as an investor, you may or may not get excited about that stuff, but that is quite innovative, and that is really, really, really exciting to see in action in such a short amount of time. So retail adoption and future possibilities are endless with this thing. Let's jump into a time. Let's have a look at some indicators. Okay, so as we begin to look at the charts, we're looking at particularly at the moment on the daily. We're looking right here at the Bollinger Band that we're sitting right above, right at the top of the Bollinger Band at $1.17, 2.95% down for the day. We've got Bitcoin rallying at the moment at 56,500. We've got Ethereum at 3,600. But when we look at the daily chart, it is very, 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 very bullish. We're looking at the hourly right now. We sort of plateaued at around 117. Between 117 and 115.8, you know, probably will be where we will stay for a little bit. When we look at the 6 hour, very, very bullish movement that has happened in the last 6 hours. After we hit that 120, we came back down to about 13, and now we're sort of starting creeping to coming back. When we look at the 12 hour, you can tell it is bullish. It is exciting because a massive movement towards 150 is coming. Do we have to wait until tomorrow to really start to see a kickoff? Probably. But right now, all segments, all indicators, everything is signaling that we're going to be going up and start to head towards $1.50. Let's have a look at some drawings. Okay, so as we begin to look at the charts today, we are looking here, right? This particular zone, we know how we're going to head towards $3.40, right? We're going to zone a particular one, and which starts from about $1.15 to $1.70, right? That is a very a zone where I think we will be staying in that window for a little bit because it has high resistance before we break out and go towards 340. So be on the lookout there, right? We're day 11th of the month. I have said that I'm believing at the moment with everything that I'm looking at that by the end of the month we should break the previous all-time high. Again, it's not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor. It's my interpretation of how I see things happening at the moment. Day trader, if you were a day trader, right, current price would probably be a good entry price, and then stop loss would be probably $1.13 just to be safe, and then you could write it off, right? But again, trade with caution. I'm not a day trader as such. I like to hold, right? I see value in things, I hold them long term, and you know, for me, time in the market will always be timing the market, and also less headaches, to be honest, than becoming a day trader. Now, when we look at what's going on at the moment and the kind of formation that we're making, well, you can see why I'm thinking that, you know, the end of the month is going to be that breakout, that heading towards $3.50 and beyond. And I think that we will be playing around in this window between 140 and 115. There will be, you know, quite a bit in it. I am expecting as well towards the 17th of the month that we do have a drop off where we could potentially see $1 again, maybe even 90 cents again, and then we fly off into the distance. So be mindful of that, right? Because a lot of you are thinking it's just going to be a straight arrow. Never is. Never, ever. Now, from here, I think, you know, we will break 150, retrace back, then go up and touch, you know, $2 and a little bit more, 180, and then go off to 240, and then up, and away we go. But, like I mentioned, you know, there will be times where we will retrace, and especially if the market dips, like I am thinking around the 17th of the month, there will be a dip. It will... yeah, I think, you know, but it is coming. It is definitely coming, and I can from all analytic sides, I can see it. Now, one thing that I learned very, very, very early on is that the trend is your friend. And I've seen this, and I've done the mistake in the past, right? No, the trend, the trend will break. The trend will break. No, you're overthinking it, over analyzing, over trying to break the trend. The trend is your friend, and this trend line at the moment is your friend. We can look at it or not look at it. You can deny it or not deny it, but when a trend is happening, follow the trend, enjoy the trend, right? The trend is your friend when it comes to this stuff. Now, we spoke about it yesterday. I'll touch base a little bit more on this, right? This is the huge, gigantic cup and handle that is been forming since 2018. Long time in the making. It will be like a slingshot, but again, it's not vertical, right? It's not vertical. It's not just going to be like a straight arrow to there. There will be resistance. There will be times. It will go up and down, but along the way, it will get to double digits, and it will be exciting when it does. But right now, the most important thing that we're looking for is the resistance at 130, the resistance at 150, and the resistance at 178. They are very, very, very critical. Do I believe, out of my own personal opinion, that we're going to go to $4 by the end of the month? Every suggestion is there. Personally, how I'm interpreting it, that's the interpretation that I'm getting at the moment. And especially the market movement that is happening at the moment, the Asia adoption that is happening out there, the new partnerships, everything that is going on right now. And from a technical perspective, right, looking at the charts and looking how the market is moving, can we get an all-time high by the end of October? I think we'll get very, very close. If it's not like the end of October, maybe like the 1st of November. But for me, I'm going to stick to end of October because I do believe, in my personal opinion, that from a charts point of view, it is looking very, very, very good. Now, if you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.